Academically, it's quite different than what I'm used to because you can do the readings kind of on your own schedule. If you missed a reading for 1 week, it's not the end of the world as long as you get caught up later and you have everything read by the time the exam comes. It's also different because in the US there tends to be a lot of benchmarks. So maybe every couple weeks you have an assignment to turn in that gets graded and is part of your collective end of the year grade. Whereas in Denmark, the final exam means everything. You may have a group project in the middle, which is more just to enrich your own learning, but it's not something that's going to be collectively part of your grade. It's just based on the final exam. So to get used to that and realize that even if I'm trying hard throughout the semester, I really have to perform on this exam day and prove my knowledge instead of being able to kind of weigh it out on the end based on my other assignments and how I've performed on that.
Here, so far, the majority of my exams have been 4-hour tests. I was used to I think we were only allowed to have tests that were an hour and a half long during my bachelor's degree, so a lot different to have to go from that to 4 hours. It's not always so clear as what is going to be on the exam because the professor can really take anything from class and put it on the exam, whether it's from the readings, whether it's from something in lecture or something outside of class that we were supposed to do as well. Whereas during my bachelor's, it was much more clear what was going to be on the test. Like the professor would be specific and say, okay, this is going to be on the test, or that's going to be on the test, or you should study this. So here I would say the exams are challenging. They're much longer, and it's a lot more stressful because the exam counts for everything. So when you're studying, it's kind of, this counts for the whole class. So, whereas during my bachelor's, I was used to accounting for about 15 to 20% of the class. Well, I think you learn how to be independent in terms of, and also time management, because, you could not read the entire semester and then try to really cram everything in the last couple weeks, but I think you will kind of be at a disadvantage if you do that. So you learn that the first time around when you realize you've been living in the library for a month, that you're like, okay, I don't really want to live in the library for this long again, so I'll kind of spread it out a little bit. But yeah, you definitely get time management and also being able to be independent and to do it yourself because that's what you have to do.